Welcome on the 5th day of January 2024. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and Mogalu Mohammed is with us on sign language, and we're here to bring you what's making headlines this evening. Starting off with the Presidential Press Unit, President Museveni met and held discussions with a group of parliamentary speakers from several countries at Munyonyo Commonwealth Speak Kampala. The speakers are part of the ongoing 27th Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of the Commonwealth CSPOC, being held in Kampala from 3rd to 6th of January 2024. The president engaged speakers from Sri Lanka, Ghana, Burundi, and South Sudan in successive meetings which were held on the sidelines of the conference. In a meeting with the Speaker of Parliament from Sri Lanka, Right Honorable Mahinda Yapa Abeywardena, President Museveni said Uganda is ready for investment and cooperation with Sri Lanka. He said the East African country has everything that is required for investment, including a ready market for finished goods. Right Honorable Mahinda commended President Museveni for being a good, exemplary leader. He also informed the president that Sri Lanka is doing well economically despite being hit by COVID-19 effects. In another meeting with the Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, Right Honorable Alban S.K. Bagbin, and his delegation, President Museveni urged the leaders to shun politics of identity and embrace politics of interest to enable the people they lead to acquire prosperity. In his part, Right Honorable Bagbin thanked President Museveni for his good leadership skills that have enabled him become an outstanding and admirable leader in the region. In another meeting with President Museveni and the South Sudan National Assembly Speaker, Right Honorable Jemanu Nkumba, he discussed the social-political dynamics of South Sudan, including the issue of elections. The president also had a brief engagement with the Speaker of Burundi National Assembly, Right Honorable Galis Daniel Ndabirabe. The president earlier hosted the delegates to a luncheon where he stressed that the huge population of Africa has for a long time been mismanaged by what he termed as false ideology of imperialists who fronted politics of identity rather than the politics of interest. Now, Parliament has pledged to increase funding and other support to Makerere University to propel the institution's pursuit of becoming a fully research-based university. This pledge was made as the university hosted a delegation of the Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of the Commonwealth who paid a courtesy call on the university.
Makerere University was a beehive of activity as it hosted a delegation of Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of the Commonwealth. These were received and treated to a tour around the university by the reigning Vice-Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe. Makerere University's Innovation Hub seemingly caught the attention of the delegation due to the enormous breakthroughs registered.
The research fund, the innovation fund that we've been sending here as government and some of the development partners who have been supporting, there's a lot of value for money seen here. A lot of innovations are taking place, and we are proud and priding in this, that the future of the country is bright because of the innovations seen here.
It was on this accord that the head of the delegation, Maurice Chibalya, lauded Makerere for the work done and pledged to push for increased funding from government to the institution.
You have everybody ready to support you. You have everybody ready to do anything that can make Makerere not be the second, as you are saying, in research. Not even to begin competing for the 50. I know my colleagues from Nigeria here are wondering, because Nigeria is already competing with Ghana. We need to leave the level of competing in Africa. We need to go to the level of competing internationally. Once again, the Parliament of Uganda is ready to support your budget. Bring your budget, bring it in the right way. Every member of Parliament you see, everybody is ready to support your budget.
Currently, Makerere University receives funds amounting to 30 billion shillings annually for research and innovations.
I want to thank the government of Uganda for the research fund that they gave us to enable us to do the things we are doing. But the money we are getting is maybe like a tenth of what we really want, given the amount of innovation going on in the university. We cannot support all the people. If we got more money, we would be able to produce many more innovations and help the economy of our country.
Established in 1922, Makerere University is the alma mater of many post-independence African leaders, including Dr. Apollo Milton Obote for Uganda, Tanzania's Julius Nyerere, and Mwai Kibaki, who was Kenya's third president, among others. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
Thank you very much there, Dorcas Kimono. Now with the National Aligned Movement Summit, the National Information Technology Authority Uganda, NITA, Uganda has successfully installed the latest infrastructure to ease communication during the upcoming non-aligned movement and the G77 plus China summits. The Executive Director, NITA Uganda, Dr. Hatwib Mugasa, says the process to install Wi-Fi 6 has taken about a month, with capacity to last 7 to 10 years.
All global eyes remain glued onto Uganda as preparations for non-aligned movement and G77 plus China summits remain on course. The latest breakthrough is by National Information Technology Authority Uganda, NITA-U. The successful installation of the latest apparatus at Entebbe International Airport has attracted nothing less than gratitude from all stakeholders.
We manage the borders, both the physical and also the virtual. Today, before people start their journeys, there is need to know who they are. We don't have to do the control when they reach here, but actually if it's possible, we'd rather keep the bad guys the other side.
Without collaboration with the airport, none of this would have been possible. I would also give special thanks for NITA-U. We have worked within 1 month. You build the virtual network, we build the physical network. And today I've seen how we can actually integrate these two networks to allow connection of our people.
The latest technology being referred to here is Wi-Fi 6, which is confirmed to be faster than all the previous versions. Dr. Hatwib Mugasa is the Executive Director, NITA Uganda.
We are focused on guaranteeing a secure and efficient communication network infrastructure, process automation, robust cybersecurity measures, seamless communication channels, and efficient data management. This holistic approach is paramount in facilitating the success and security of this significant event or events.
To acquaint himself with what is being talked about, here is Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, Uganda's Minister for Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance. He has been guided through all terminals of the airport, including ordinary, VIP and VVIP sections. After the successful trek and braving the rain, the minister is impressed.
Our intention has been to provide a high speed and efficient Wi-Fi or internet here at the airport, better than what we find in many of the airports outside. And I can confidently say, I am one of those who travel frequently, that the service here is now much better than what we see in many airports.
It took 1 month to have this technology successfully installed to simplify communication during the NAM summit. But what happens after the summits? Does this end with NAM?
Yes, we have fixed these services, but they're not going to go away with the summits or the delegates. The services shall remain here. People have been having those comments. Why are you fixing the roads, the network, when the visitors are coming? But we also know traditionally when you want to receive visitors, you sweep the compound.
Put in mind that this is infrastructure that's going to last for more than, for about 7 to 10 years. So it's not a one-off. It is infrastructure that's going to be permanent and utilized by the government of Uganda. So that cost is going to be spread over a couple of years.
Minister Baryomunsi also says resources have been secured to extend similar services across the country.
We have been laying what we call the national backbone infrastructure, the optical fiber. We've covered now maybe roughly 50 to 60% of the country with the fiber. But now we've acquired resources which will enable us extend to the rest of the country.
As the tour ended, part of which was at the Entebbe Express Highway, it was obvious that Uganda was ready for the 2 summits in terms of information and communication technology. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Again, thank you very much there, Henry Okrut. Now, the National Organizing Committee for Non-Aligned Movement at the G77 China Summit has conducted yet another site visit at Peak Resort Munyonyo to assess the level of preparedness ahead of the 2 summits.
With just about 10 days remaining to the non-aligned movement and G77 plus China summits, Uganda is leaving no stone unturned to ensure the summit's success. On Friday, 5th January 2024, the summit's National Organizing Committee has inspected Munyonyo Conference Center. The team is led by the Head of Public Service and Secretary to Cabinet, Lucy Nachobe. This magnificent 5,000-seater auditorium will be used as the main summit venue. Among those who toured the site included Ministers Jim Mwezi for Security and Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi. Currently, final touches are being witnessed at every corner of the convention center to suit the event's magnitude. According to Ministers Jim Mwezi and Chris Baryomunsi, they will make all necessary efforts to ensure that there is availability of services to suit the 2 summits. With the clock ticking towards the NAM event scheduled to start on 15th January 2024, the National Organizing Committee seems to be working around the clock to beat the deadline. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Nabanja, has said that the public should not view parish development model PDM as just 1 million shillings being distributed to individuals, but rather a holistic government program aimed at improving household incomes. Nabanja made the clarifications while meeting local leaders from the sub-counties of Kasambia, Kisengwe, Pasana and Pasana Town Council.
The Prime Minister, Right Honorable Robin Nabanja, appeals to all local leaders in the country to monitor and supervise PDM because it is the flagship program for the government. She says that PDM is more broad and covers many areas, but the people only know of one pillar, financial inclusion.
Akachiika President akakawereza akakaide kabayambe kufuna amaizi gokunywa ne mutambula kulambula PDM akuba PDM teziri sente zonka PDM tukwenda kulola enguudo buli muruka tukwenda kulola buli muruka gulimu isomero tukwenda kulola oba mukubyetegereza amasanyalazo muruka galimu tukwenda kulola buli muruka abantu bakulima enkulakula n'eryeto muruka tukwenda kulola buli muruka amarwaro access.
Nabanja says that the ongoing meetings with local leaders are aimed at assessing government service delivery in order to plan for areas for improvement.
Abokongera kuchika bichi government byekozire omagombora gaitu akusikira manifesto yaitu ya NRM na bichi ebitaka kozire ebizibu byakabikane biji.
Local leaders lauded the government for fulfilling the pledges made to the people in the area. Among them is Immaculate Nabukenya, the LC3 chairperson for Kasambia sub-county, who appreciated the role played by the government in service delivery.
Ati, nkwangara kusima Prime Minister, habwe birungi byona byokutukora omu district yaitu eno ya Kakumiro na Uganda yona kutwara hamu.
Koro mwihanga na muna district yetu ya Kakumiro. Ninyongera kusima aliwe tisa president. Kula netu bavetira na tuwa priorities. Atuituka kani tumanya nebya tukora. Byona ntusima.
Omukutandikana okatuyambe kizibu ekyo muhanda ogwanya barogo gwabiri gufire watera urutindo twatambuliraho bweza twasima. Ikina kucyarize cyagaruka nabwo bije warabyaho twatambuliraho okugacumuro kwikamazobo mwena gwarabwamo.
The PDM has 7 pillars that include production, storage, processing and marketing, infrastructure and economic services, financial inclusion and social services. The others are mindset change, parish-based management information system, and government and administration. The Prime Minister is meeting local leaders including the LC1, 2 and 3 chairpersons, district and sub-county councillors, opinion leaders and NRM leaders.
Now, a section of visiting speakers of the Commonwealth has toured Quality Chemical Industry Limited in Luzira, led by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Taiyewa. The familiarization tour is an advantage to expose Uganda's own products to the international world. Taiyewa says the move boosts intra-Africa trade relations and paves way for economic diversification.
On Friday afternoon, a section of visiting speakers and presiding officers who are in Uganda to attend the 27th conference of the speakers and presiding officers of the Commonwealth visited Cipla Quality Chemical Industries Limited in Luzira. Thomas Taiyewa, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, led the delegates who were taken round the manufacturing plant at Cipla by Emmanuel Katongole, the Executive Chairman of Cipla. On top of manufacturing antiretroviral medicines to treat HIV/AIDS, medicines to treat hepatitis and malaria, Quality Chemical Industries Limited has added manufacturing medicine to treat diabetes on the menu.
We currently registered in 34 African countries, and we actively trade and export to 15 African countries. We believe that the visit of the speakers will increase our export potential and ability to take the medicines to other countries.
The delegates had a chance to witness the manufacturing plants aiding in the production of the medicines in Uganda. The Deputy Speaker, Thomas Tayibwa, reveals that visiting CIPLA exposes Uganda's products and potential to the outside market. Tayebwa adds that intra-Africa trade relations are a great avenue of economic diversification, and CIPLA adds to the value chain in Uganda.
Like now here, this plant supplies up South Africa. It supplies Namibia, it supplies Zambia, it supplies West Africa. So, but some speakers have found that they are getting these medicines, essential medicines, from the rest of the world apart from Africa. So from here, what we are urging them to do is to go to their governments and ensure that indeed all medicines produced from here shouldn't be procured from Asia, from Europe, from Africa.
Tayebwa says quality chemicals is a national pride which needs support and make the African continent proud.
And I hope we can continue supporting such investors so that once they grow, the whole continent is proud. These are the guys who saved South Africa and other countries during COVID, when Asia couldn't export to Africa, when Europe couldn't export to Africa, when America couldn't export to Africa. These guys stepped in and saved Africa. So I had to showcase to my fellow speakers.
The team also planted some trees at the premises of CIPLA to boost the conservation initiative of the environment.
Oh, thank
The speakers and presiding officers of the Commonwealth later visited Parliament of Uganda, where they were taken on a tour by both the Speaker of Uganda's Parliament, Anita Among, and her Deputy Thomas Tayebwa. Speaker Among shared with the guests the composition of Uganda's Parliament and its efforts to legislate with utmost consideration of the people of Uganda.
So that's what we basically do. We have a very good working relationship, and we just pray to God that we continue the same spirit, and that is what will make the institution.
The 27th Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of the Commonwealth ends this Saturday, 6th January 2024. Daniel Mugoya, Juma Nsamba, UBC News.
Now, Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, has handed over 75 rescued Allied Democratic Forces, ADF former combatants, to their respective countries of origin who have been rehabilitated by Bridgeway Foundation, Uganda.
Last year, 2023, Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, and the DRC National Army, FADACA, conducted a joint military operation against Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, in different areas in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. During the fight with the ADF last year, some ADF surrendered and others were captured and rescued from captivity under the rebel group.
Continuing to receive and rehabilitate ADF ex-combatants, captives and defectors from Eastern DRC, following heightened operations that are being carried out by the combatants of Operation Shujaa.
The Chieftains of Military Intelligence, in partnership with Bridgeway Foundation, has been giving psychosocial support to the former ADF combatants for 60 days. 75 ADF rescued and former combatants who have been undergone 2-month rehabilitation program to be reunited with their families in Eastern DRC, Tanzania, and Burundi, respectively.
Now, in the rehabilitation, the first thing we do is psychosocial rehabilitation, dealing with the mind and the conscience of this individual who has been a victim or who has been a combatant. The second one is now skilling Because yes, you want this person to forgive those who took her or him, those who offended her or him, but two, to accept resettling back in the community. And then three, to have hope in the future.
The former abductees include 24 Ugandans, 48 Congolese, 2 Burundians and 1 Tanzanian, with the majority of them are teenagers.
Spent a lot of time within ADF after joining, like others do, through ideology. We thank the Almighty who saved us through the government of Uganda, through the government of Uganda, UPDF, where we joined a rehabilitation center for 3 months.
Asante sana kwa UPDF, Al-Shifa Home na kikosi yote ya Amnesty.
The former abductees include 24 Ugandans, 48 Congolese, 2 Burundians and 1 Tanzanian, with the majority of them are teenagers. Haruna Mtesasira, UBC News.
Now, the Secretary General of Acholi Parliamentary Groups, Amos Okot, and West Nile Regional Government Whip Jackson Atima have challenged people of northern Uganda to unite for a common cause in order to promote development.
Then that good thing that you are wishing for somebody will come back for you. And if all of us are making such kind of wishes, there will be nothing that is going to separate us. Because your burden is going to be my burden. Your success is going to be my success. The culture is not about dance and singing and eating or different kind of practices of dressing. The culture is more than that. It is a software. And that software, it is manifested out of what you portray out. Are you a jolly person? Yes, that's the software. Are you a kind person? That is the software. And that is culture. And that culture, it is deep-rooted in Africanism. All of us came from the same direction. And we came and got settled here. We got settled in the present place called Uganda. When you check the different challenges and problems that we are facing, they are the same. When you check the happiness and joy that come from different tribes in Uganda, they are the same. So it tells you that we are the people that God has made them to be here as one person and a brother and a sister.
Let's impress unity in diversity. When we reached Parliament, our late Speaker, Right Honorable Olanya Jacob, one day called me to his office. By moving from West Nile, Acholi, Lango, he brought us together. He met all the leaders, NRM, religious leaders, political leaders, and he spoke unity in diversity. This is what I want to emphasize. Let us be united. We are one region. Greater North starts from Teso region. It comes all the way up to West Nile. So we are one region. Let's impress this unity.
Now, the Electricity Regulatory Authority has announced a tariff reduction of 1.6% for the first quarter of January to March 2024, which is equivalent to a saving of 40,000 billion to electricity consumers.
In the first quarter of 2024, domestic electricity consumers will remain paying 250 shillings per unit for the first 15 units, while the units above the lifeline from 16 to 80, there has been a 1% reduction, now costing 797 shillings.
We will continue to implement the domestic cooking tariff, declining block, at shillings 412 per unit, to encourage domestic consumers to cook using electricity.
commercial consumers will enjoy 1.8% tariff reduction from the 611 shillings and 8 cents they have been paying to 600 shillings and 6 cents per unit.
The average annual base tariff reduction compared to the Q4 tariff stands at 1.6%, which is equivalent to a saving of 40.321 billion Uganda shillings to the consumers of electricity.
That is a budget for a ministry. That is a budget for Electricity Regulatory Authority. It's what we have offered this year.
For the medium industrial consumers, Electricity Regulatory Authority has reduced the tariffs from 461 shillings and 8 cents to 448 shillings and 7 cents, representing 2.8% reduction. Sarah Kanabi says the determination of these tariffs was based on a number of assumptions, including the Karuma hydropower plant that is to be commissioned this year.
That the ongoing preparatory activities will continue to ensure smooth transition of the distribution network to the new operator at the end of the Umeme concession.
The Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, Engineer Ruth Nankabera, further announced that new electricity customer connections were reduced to 470,000 from 720,883 cents for no-pole connections.
The government of Uganda, through Uganda Development Bank, provided a credit line of 270,000 Ugandan shillings per new connection for those who are unable to pay the lump sum of 470,000 Ugandan shillings. So Ugandans whose houses are located near electricity poles can now make a down payment of 200,000 Ugandan shillings only to get connected to electricity and clear the balance of 270,000. You clear it slowly.
Electricity demand is expected to grow at an annual rate of approximately 9.53% in the year 2024. Nasari Fatia reporting for UBC News.
Thank you very much there, Nasali. Now, as we move ahead, as Uganda prepares to host two significant events this January, Uganda National Roads Authority, UNRA, has successfully covered 96% of Kampala Expressway. UNRA's spokesperson, Alan Sempebwa, shared with UBC TV that the lighting project spanning from Busega to Kajansi up to Impala Toll is nearing completion.
Kampala-Entebbe Expressway is a four-lane toll highway in the central region of Uganda that links Entebbe International Airport, the country's largest airport, to Kampala. The multi-billion project, whose construction commenced on 21st November 2012, has been in phases and was opened to public use on 15th June 2018. Whereas the public commended government and Ministry of Works and Transport for the good services on the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway, one of the biggest concerns was the darkness on the 21-kilometer stretch, especially at night. With a remarkable 96% of the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway now brilliantly illuminated, Uganda National Roads Authority is extending its efforts to light up the northern bypass and Kampala flyover. The spokesperson of UNRA, Alan Sempebwa, highlights the ongoing initiatives to enhance and maintain roads, emphasizing the commitment to building a safer and more efficient transportation infrastructure for Uganda.
Yes, we're going to light the Kampala Northern Bypass. Yeah, from the start up to the end at Nambole. In fact, the exercise has commenced. They're doing excavations along the road, so the road is going to be lit. We hope it will improve the safety of the road, because one of the reasons our Ugandans are raising is the road is not safe. There are security threats because there are no lights. So we're going to put the lights and curb these cases of theft and insecurity on our highways. We're also going to light the Munyonyo Kajansi Spa. I think you know that's also the main route for the NAM summit. Excavations are also underway already. We hope that by 10th of this month we'll have a number of sections along that road lit.
He assured the public that the authority master plan is to improve and maintain roads across the country, creating a safer and more efficient transportation infrastructure for Uganda.
So right from Mpala, Airport Road, Mpala, Kajansi to Munyonyo, we are currently undertaking beautification activities from the airport road all through to Mpala. We are replacing the damaged guardrails. From Kajansi to Munyonyo, we are lighting that section.
Alan Sempewa highlights the challenges and some of the successes of using the toll road.
So these are not Government of Uganda's roads. These are roads done by Government of Uganda for the people of Uganda. So let's own them, protect them, guard them jealously. If you see anybody taking a unit or asset off our highway or expressway, report. If you've seen it anywhere, in any space or location, let us know, and let's build and conserve these roads together.
Brian Tumwinebiaruhanga, UBC News.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
When it is KB o'clock, you need more from your voice bundles. That's why MTN is offering you more minutes across all networks that don't expire. Buy the new 90-minute Freedom Bundle at 5K or the 200-minute bundle at 10K and just with no limit. Kateteri ate, no excuses. Make the call now. Dial *100*21# or use the My MTN app and enjoy your Freedom Bundle today. MTN. Together we are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Have you packed more with Harbour Jelly and Harbour Fog? Yes, we packed. It will protect your skin from skin rashes. More with pack. It is a new improved more with Harbour Jelly. So soft and smooth. It is a more with Harbour Jelly.
Tell me, kids, the sense. Any irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Herbal Jelly and Herbal Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit all day confidence.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Tugabane bigi tugabane, share with your loved ones tugabane, gabula tulita gwe samula festive season eno tugabane. Pepsi Mountain Dew Mirinda, twalira ko jajja mu kyalo tolinda, drink at home on Christmas, you can even keep some for Boxing Day. Tugabane bigi tugabane, flavor for your loved ones tugabane, big meals ne memories samula festive season eno tugabane. Grab a Pepsi hamper of any 2-2-liter of your choice and get a free Pepsi Max 330 ml. Share the cheer this festive season with Pepsi. Tugabane!
Welcome back from that short break as we continue, and of course a little bit focusing on NAM's preparation. Kampala, capital city, will this year roll out an ambitious plan of setting up over 20,000 streetlights in what will see most of the head-to dark spots of Kampala lit. The executive director KCCA Dorothy Kisaka says the move is not only to respond to the public outcry of having a dark city, but also within the authority's border strategy that will help improve and transform it into a 24-hour economy.
Currently, 90% of the city, Kampala, is enveloped in darkness, with only 10% of the roads and streetlights illuminated. Poorly lit streets pose a significant danger to residents, especially those who do not use motorized forms of transport. Navigating through most of the city's roads, a substantial percentage remains shrouded in darkness. The executive director, KCCA Dorothy Kisaka, says that the plans are underway to commission what she calls Kampala project that will see KCCA installing 18,000 to 20,000 street lamps within 3 years.
They will also soon start the installation of street lights, not only along these roads, but generally around the central business district, and relieve the city of the darkness in some of the corridors.
According to available information, priority will be given to pedestrian routes, pavements, road crossings, taxi parks, markets, informal settlements and monuments. According to Chisaka, the primary objective of this project is to make the city attractive, secure, promote tourism and improve the image of Uganda's capital.
Kampala city as such is hosting, and we are actively working on the infrastructure in the area, the roads, the drainages, the lighting and the paveways.
In connection to this, the PRO NAM works at KCCA Daniel Muhumuza references the roads along the NAM corridor that have been illuminated to a specified percentage under the KCCA. He, however, clarifies that not all roads to be used by the NAM delegates and the G77 plus China are under the KCCA.
They are fully lit. For example, on Mukwano Road, we have lit up the area 100%. Press House Road, we're at 100%. Hannon Road, we're at 65%. Cape Road is at about 85%.
We're also going to light the Munyonyo Kajansi Spa. And I think you know that's also the main route for the NAM Summit. Excavations are also underway already.
Several stakeholders are supporting the ongoing efforts by KCCA to beautify the city, with the latest being ATC, a telecom company that donated street lights. Muhumuza, however, stresses the need to protect these lights against vandalism.
Yes, we have had issues of vandalism, but we have improved the specifications of the lights. Where we had batteries buried in the ground or with chambers in the ground, we are now elevating these batteries to be off the ground and high up next to the panels to make those who climb find it difficult. If you look at the street lights we have put on Nile Avenue. Most of these even have spokes.
As the country gears up for the NAM and the G77 plus China summits, KCCA's facelift improves every other day. Similar transformation grace Kampala's metropolitan areas like a well-lit 49-kilometer Entebbe Expressway. A well-lit road not only enhances visibility but also ensures security and safety. Justin Nakami, UBC News.
Now, Uganda has been urged to construct rural feeder roads in Bamunanika constituency, Luweero district, as a way of helping local people acquire better standards of economic transformation. The call was made by Robert Sechitoleko, the area member of parliament, during the celebrations to mark 36 years of EMCA, that is Evangelism Uganda Limited.
The celebrations to mark 36 years of EMCA, Evangelism Uganda, held at Chotamugavu, Bamunanika sub-county, Luweero district, started with prayers with hundreds of believers participating physically and online from different areas across the globe. Leaders of this evangelism group took time to thank believers and all well-wishers that have contributed generously to the construction of Kinene Community Hospital that's aimed at offering health services to the surrounding communities. Chitinda Setoke, the EMCA Evangelism Uganda Youth Wing Leader, says through the Kinene Foundation they have been able to reach out to youth in Luweero district, sensitizing them about saving culture as a better practice for economic transformation.
So we urge our youth to keep on saving, to invest, so that they improve on their earning.
Omutume Nakaima Mazigamuga, in her New Year message to the believers, warned against acts of selfishness, calling for peace and unity.
Bulirotawuliriza mukamawo atuuka n'akuvaako n'atandika kusalaasala amagezi ngeri ki temuva mu bulamu bw'ensi eno, so nga wandibadde okaddiya ennyama n'ogenda nga ddala mu butuufu naawe ogamba nti weewaawo ne bwontwala ensi ngikoleredde era empeera nja kugifuna.
The leader at EMCA Evangelism Uganda, Mwesigwa Chitinda, urged the government to rehabilitate feeder roads in Bamunanika.
So whether he's a believer here or not, that was not the issue. For us, we would like to save lives, and saving lives doesn't discriminate. And the hospital is supposed to treat each and every one who comes to hospital, because now you have to have that empathy. If someone comes to you with a problem, you need to help. So we shall be treating whoever comes to us.
Anthony Wamala, Kabaka's Minister for Culture, who was represented by Prince Luwangula Basajjansoro, says Kabaka's government will contribute to further positive collaborations with EMCA in support for health services.
Saabasajja omulimu ogwo agukoledde ddala okuviira ddala emabega, era waliwo n'omulimu omulala gwe baasazeewo okukwasa ogwa omusujja gw'ensiri.
The Member of Parliament, Bamunanika constituency, Robert Sechitoleko, commended management of EMCA Evangelism Uganda and expressed his support to them through a donation of 50 bags of cement to go towards construction of Kinene Community Hospital.
Once you fall sick, you'll go for medical treatment. God, I think, should be there, but well knowing that even when you fall sick, you need to seek for medical advice. So we thank them for this initiative and we pledge to support.
Kinene Community Hospital construction has so far reached 60% of completion. It's expected to render healthy services to both people living in and outside the Luweero district. Robert Katamba, UBC News.
The Archbishop of Kampala, Paul Semogedede, has condemned the Tuesday evening attempt assassination on the lead pastor of House of Prayer Ministries, Bujingo Aloysius, who survived death at Bawalakata Namungona, a Kampala suburb.
Because God is our creator, we are created in his image, and we are created to serve him, to love him, and even to spread His love to the other people. When we love God, we love our neighbor as well. That is his commandment, that you should love your neighbor. Jesus Christ told us that if we are his followers, his disciples, then we must love one another. And that's the commandment that he left for us. So as Christians, if you're a Christian country, over 80% of the Ugandans are Christians, we must instill love amongst ourselves. And loving each other means that we are not selfish, we are not self-centered. We care for one another. And if we do care for one another, then we will not be able to be killing one another. There will not be room for theft, for corruption, for selfishness, for letting others suffer when we are okay. We would also balance the sharing of the cake that we have as Ugandans. So we pray that we may learn from the message of God, but these are celebrations and occasions.
Express our sympathy to our fellow minister, Pastor Bujingo, who went through a traumatic event just yesterday, where there were attempts to kill him through some bandits or whatever they were, who shot at him, and they say in this experience there was a loss of life, and his bodyguard passed on. We continue committing him to the Lord. We trust that God will protect him as he has always been his protector.
Celebrate our sister Elizabeth for having reached 25 years of service.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
It's super fast internet. Oh, it's a super camera. It's a super battery.
Fun battery phone.
Yeah, it's a super deal. Get the Capote Super from MTN now at a reduced initial deposit of only 49,000 shillings and pay the balance in Pola for as low as 833 shillings per day. Grab this Super Capote deal and get 2 GB of free MTN data every month for 8 months. Get the Capote Super now from any MTN shop countrywide. Everywhere you go, MTN. Regulated by UCC.
Welcome to Business, where Uganda Revenue Authority, in collaboration with China Chamber of Commerce and Chinese Embassy, have launched a taxation book in Chinese language. During the launch at Silver Springs Hotel in Bugolobi, Kampala City, URA Commissioner General John Musinguzi and the Chinese Ambassador to Uganda, Zhang Lizhang, both asserted the translating of Uganda's tax-related information and policies into Chinese. They say this will boost compliance among Chinese investors, thereby fostering a clearer understanding of the country's tax regulations.
Uganda Revenue Authority Commissioner General John Musinguzi says
This launch taxation handbook is a comprehensive strategy to simplify Uganda's taxation policies in the native Chinese language, catering to better understanding among Chinese investors in Uganda. With China remaining Uganda's largest trading partner, Musingos believes that steps taken by URA to come up with this handbook will encourage increased voluntary compliance in revenue collection.
Thank you very much for coming for this great function when we launch the tax handbook translation into the Chinese language. One of the key challenges that we have faced in the effort to collect revenue is the gap between the taxpayer and the tax collectors. We are working deliberately on narrowing that gap. We are only saying we can also have a direct relationship with our taxpayers, but also secondly, when we deal directly, then you eliminate chances of misrepresentation, because many times we've been misrepresented by the middlemen in between.
The Chinese ambassador to Uganda, Zhang Lizong, says the introduction of the Chinese language version of Uganda's taxation policies is timely and aims to enhance communication regarding tax regulations and incentives. This initiative seeks to eliminate language barrier tendencies often faced by Chinese investors during the tax remittance process.
So I think this publication is at the right time. It will help them to understand these tax policies and follow these procedures.
The chairman China Chamber of Commerce, Li Jincheng, says this launch taxation handbook will facilitate trade and ease the process for Chinese investors to conduct business in Uganda while ensuring adherence to the country's taxation policies.
So I think that's the only challenge. If they don't understand properly, they cannot do it properly. So I think this time, when we translate this book and we hand it over to our members, they will understand it well and carry out the work it well.
With more than 98 Chinese business companies operating in Uganda, the launch of this taxation handbook in Chinese language by the URA Commissioner General is dubbed as a paradigm shift that will enhance compliance rate in revenue collection in this country. Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
And into the world of sports, the Ugandan netball team, the She Cranes, has Friday been flagged off by Minister of State for Sports, Peter Wang, to Europe, where they will take part in the international test series with Wales and the Vitality Cup with 3 other nations. The event will all be happening this January.
National netball team, which is going to participate in the Vitality Series, a nation series in England. So, Madam Captain, let me officially hand over the flag of the country. Can we clap?
I would like to wish the netball She Cranes great success and trust that you will be able to improve your international ranking as you score some resounding wins against the top-seeded nations you will be playing in this competition. My dear daughters, these are my words to you. The moment of truth has come. If you missed in the World Cup, now you have the opportunity to seize this opportunity in this forthcoming competition.
The 13 players, together with the head coach Fred Mugera, are happy to be back at the international stage and hope to use it to better the team's rankings that dropped to 7th from 6th last year.
Yeah, we just want to go and play good, very good resistance, and so that we can improve on our ranking, because as you know that we dropped our ranking from number 6 to 7th, and that's what we are fighting for, so that maybe this year we can go back for the first 5 once again.
This team which we are having right now, I don't think like there is any Ugandan who may need to have any worry or a doubt. Yeah, of course we are very ready. First and foremost, we have not been just seated at home, because once when we got back from the World Cup, we had to keep training all the time, because that's part of our job. This tournament just found us when we were very fit as usual. Secondly, these are the only ways of the players to get exposures or chances of getting sponsorship. So whenever we reach out there, we as the players, we shall make sure that like we should pray very hard so that we can be in position to join those of Nuba Mary's and Hanisa Muhammadi, who are already professionals outside the country.
First of all, very excited that the Netball She Cranes will have another opportunity to showcase our talent, our sporting ability, when they take part in the World Series with Wales. They will start on the 10th to the 12th and the 13th of January in Cardiff. And that will be followed very closely on the 21st and 22nd at Wembley with in the Four Nations Vitality Cup with Australia, New Zealand and England. And then later still in Leeds with from the 27th to the 28th to conclude the cup engagement.
At the flag-off, the Minister of State for Sports, Peter Ogwang, continued to express government support to netball and Ugandan sport at large.
We want to reiterate, netball is our priority sport, and we will do whatever it takes to make it remain as a priority game, both internationally, nationally, regionally, and at this school competition.
These tournaments will be the first international engagements for the She Cranes after their spectacular appearance at the 2023 World Cup. Grace Joyce Kemgisa, UBC News.
That's all we had time for. Let's meet again at 10 o'clock. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Mpango Mgalu Mohammed has been on sign language. Stay with us.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. The founding of NAM. The non-aligned movement emerged in 1961 during the Belgrade Conference in Yugoslavia, a historic event that marked the coming together of leaders from newly independent nations seeking to navigate the complex geopolitical